Coach, just opening thoughts about the game.
Well, first off, somebody said that was a record attendance, which is pretty cool. And I think that every human being that was in attendance gave all of their effort to make as much crowd noise as possible. And if I make an excuse that we're only a D2, that's the excuse. We're not used to that kind of crowd noise. I don't know if anybody is. I don't know how people even manage. So that's thought number one. But thought number two, give Montana a lot of credit. I mean, I thought they played really hard. I thought both teams played really hard. It was quite a battle. We're a team that fights to the bitter end. You saw that. We actually haven't really lost a game where it wasn't close in a long time. Probably 2017, and we won a lot. And so I'm proud of my guys. They were going to be, they didn't come here to lose. Let's put it that way. They didn't think that they were going to lose. But I told them after the game that I was really proud of them because, sometimes young people, they'll look at the final score and say, we won, pat yourself on the back, or we lost, I hate losing, And so I told them last week I was way more disappointed than them last week with a W than I was tonight. So I was really proud of our guys tonight. And very impressed, truthfully, with just the environment, not just the crowd noise and the level of intensity, but how the fans treated us here. It was, since we've been in town, very respectful people, and so just thank you for being so kind to us.
I heard you were blasting music as loud as you could at practice, and some of the classes were telling you to tone it down because it was so loud on campus. What was it like trying to prepare for it, and what exactly were some of the issues for you guys?
Well, you saw, we were about ready to score. I think we had this ball second and goal from the 2, and we got a procedure penalty. The bottom line was we could hardly hear the quarterback's cadence, and it cost us. It really did. And we score there. It's a tie ball game. Who knows, right? But we kept on fighting. I think we had the ball 4th and 30 there, and still completed a pass. And our guys are gritty, and I'm proud of them. And I thought Montana was gritty, and they played really hard. And it was just a hard-fought contest against two teams that I think really have championship, pedigree. So good luck to Montana the rest of the year. I think they're a quality team, and hopefully they make a good run in the FCS playoffs.
What allowed your team to stick around? I mean, you guys were up at halftime, and you were like in control of this game for a lot of the time. What allowed that?
We're badasses.
Yeah,
we're dogs.
Yes.
We fight. I don't know what it is. Obviously you guys talked about. Coach talked about our record, and all we do is win, and people ask me all the time why. I don't know the answer to that, but I am proud of knowing that they're going to fight till the bitter end, and that's what we did. Unfortunately, we fell a little short, and it's hard. It's hard making checks. It's hard getting in the right protections. It was an amazing atmosphere. You guys tell me, is this every week? I mean,
every time.
Pretty much.
30 years.
That's insane. So, I think I'm a little older than Bobby, but if he retires before me, I want this job because I got that many people behind me.
Coach, I was wondering if you could talk about the timeouts. I didn't think you needed to see any, and I thought they were useful for settling your team down.
It was hard, man. It was hard trying to get from just. The fans' perspective, we missed a couple things, like where we didn't get the motion going at the right time. We're a big motion team, and we do a lot of different things, just kind of window dressing things or eye candy things, if you will. And Yeah, so we had to use timeouts just to get ourselves kind of regulated some, and you know, it's hard, it really is, but we got up against the clock a couple times, changing plays, and the one time Carson was in there, and I said, what took you so long? He said, I was calling the protections, and I had to go all the way across to tell all 5 of them what the protections were. And so it was an amazing environment, and you know, I don't ever want to come back unless I'm the head coach here.
What does this do for your team though going forward? You must be so proud of how they performed.
I'm proud of them all the time. You know, I mean, they've been so gritty, and like you know, I'm gonna go down in that locker room and they're gonna be disappointed they didn't win, because they expect to win every week. And so, you know, I'm proud of them. I think a lot of people, you know, people watching that game, I think we earned some people's respect. And I don't know, it's not too far off from, you know, Montana beating Washington, right? Was that 2 years ago? So this is the Ferris State Bulldogs, the D2. You know, the team that we just played beat the University of Washington, who I hope, I shouldn't say that, but they are playing Michigan State tonight. So. So, you know, I mean, just talking about that and saying Ferris State and the level we are, and then, you know, Montana beating a team like that. So, yeah, we're really proud. I'm proud of my guys. Every day, they just bring their best. You know, you guys probably watch us warm up and say, "Oh my gosh, that free safety's like 5'6", all right?" But he fought his butt off. You know, just a payout. And we got little guys that just fight hard. We got defensive linemen. You know, Victor Nelson that's in there that's 5, probably 9, who's, you know, fighting with a great veteran offensive line. So proud of, you know, I haven't seen the stat sheet, but proud of how hard.
Join Town Pump's Pump It Up Rewards Plus program and never pay full price for fuel again.
Save 5 cents on every gallon every day at any Town Pump across Montana.
Plus, earn and redeem points on your favorite in-store items to get free stuff with our clubs.
Stop in and pick up a rewards card. Download the Pump It Up Rewards Plus app today.
Or visit townpump.com/rewards to register and start saving.
Right down the road, pump it up, yeah.
Do anything different, especially in the second half, third quarter?
No, you know, I mean, obviously we hit that line drive punt, so I mean that's obviously an issue, giving them a short field. They just got the momentum, you know, whereas we didn't give them the opportunity to have too much momentum in the first half, and we got them from, you know, our defensive line I thought played really well. That's the strength of our team, but they got the momentum, and when you're in that stadium with the momentum, I mean you got quite a force going.
Defensively, what was the key for you guys today? I mean, you held them to less than 200 yards of total offense.
Did we?
Yeah. 197, I think, is the
Crazy.
final total.
That's unbelievable, because that's a good offense. You know, our defensive line's good. You know, I'm not gonna lie. We expect them to be the strength of our team. You know, we got a couple of really good players in the defensive line, and you know, we've had a history of defensive linemen. You know, we got one that plays for the Dolphins. You know, another one that played for the Chiefs a couple of years ago, one that plays for the Titans right now, and one that played for the Dolphins and the Bills in the last 2 years. So we've got a history of good defensive line play, and so we are confident that they would hold up on the run game, but proud that they held Montana to less than 200.
What do you hope your players take away from this experience, not only playing here, but I mean, probably a lot of them coming to Montana probably for the first and last time?
Yeah, no, I appreciate that question, because it's really important. Okay, in college football, it's an educational experience, right? My record now, I always got to think about it, is 340-63. Okay, and a lot of people will be like, well, I mean, why would you take the risk to lose a game? Okay, and so I did. I chose to say yes, I'll go play Montana. Just like I said, we'll go play North Dakota State in 2013 when we weren't even any good. But it's all about an experience, right? And so this is an educational experience. We flew into Montana. We don't fly in charter flights unless unless it's the playoffs and it's a special situation. So just flying in, looking at the mountains, and then, being together in a venue like this, it's educational. And so, it's just a great opportunity for our guys to be in a different place and get to know a different region of the United States. And that's really important. We got a lot of kids from Michigan and some kids from Florida and California, but a lot of our guys, will never get to Montana again, and you're right. And so that's an experience in and of itself. And truthfully, I told them that. I said, for the first time, because Montana had a lot riding on this game, right? Like if they lose to a D2, everybody is going to say, oh my gosh, they lost to a D2, all right? But for the first time, we were the hunters instead of the hunted. And that's a good feeling. So I was really relaxed going to this game, and the people treated us so well. It was just a great experience. And so I'm pleased that we came out here and fought hard. And even though it's an L, hopefully we go back to Michigan and regroup.
At Blackfoot Communications, our mission is to connect people, businesses, and communities, bringing a world-class fiber network to homes, communities, and businesses of all sizes ensures Montanans have access to fast, reliable, and secure internet and phone services. Are you ready for fiber internet? To find out if fiber is coming to your area, visit goblackfoot.com/readyforfiber. Connect to more with Blackfoot Communications.
Press conference, Montana beats Ferris State. We've got Coach Hauck, we've got Alex Gubner and Sam Vidlak with us today. As usual, please raise your hand and I will pass the microphone around for any questions. But Coach, we'll start with some thoughts from you. Just a tough battle for the Griz and a nice win.
All right. Yeah, what a wild, fun game. It was exciting. Just awesome night in the stadium. Congrats to Ferris State for coming in and fighting their tails off, trying to get their 29th win on the road in a row, and they just didn't quite get there. But they fought hard. Appreciation for that. It's unbelievable. Griz fans are unbelievable. Grizzly football is unbelievable. When we had a Division II football team in here in September, we said there's 27,000 people in the stadium. It's just amazing what goes on here, and it's a blessing, and I'm very grateful to be a part of that. Ferris came out and they really played well. They gave us some stuff they saved some stuff for us, as they should have, and gave us fits at times. When we scheduled them, our guys came and said, we're having trouble getting this date filled. Do you mind if we schedule a Division II team? I said, no, that's fine, but I should have said, don't schedule the Division II team. Man, these guys are unreal. They're really good. They're really good. And admire the job the coach does, and looking forward to seeing him down the road and sharing some ideas. Hard-fought game. We had, it was a weird game at times. We did some good things and then we couldn't sustain it. I thought that the defense was really good tonight, even adjusting some things we hadn't seen. The defense played great. It took plays from the offense, defense, and the special teams to make it happen and get that W, which is how we play and how we win. There are just some things that we didn't do cleanly enough. We had a chance to get away from them, probably a few times, more than a couple, and we just couldn't. Part of that's credit to them, and part of that's us not finishing the job. But ultimately, the object is to win the game. You play to win the game, and we won the game.
Coach, what were the biggest challenges they presented, and also what were the key factors for your team to pull away?
So go ahead. First part of that again, Coulter. I'm sorry.
Just the key factors for your team to pull away after the challenges they presented. What would you say the biggest challenges they presented were?
Yeah, we just needed to play. It was a weird game in certain respects. We we'd get the ball into scoring position and then we'd go backwards or we would, the one drive they had it's 3rd and 7. They fumbled the ball forward for 12 or 15 yards for a first down. And then they had 4th and forever and get a pass interference call. It was just that kind of night where we really didn't get any breaks, so to speak. We just kind of made a few and we made enough. And, there's just some things that not finishing the deal, whether it's getting off the field or having a chance to block 2 punts and not doing it, or free to the punter, or, we kind of got run over a little bit in the first half up front on offense. We shored that up and, we started getting the ball out quicker and hitting some passes, and that certainly helped things. We just weren't clicking enough. We couldn't get through the call sheet. We just didn't have enough plays. So, that was kind of it.
But that's a good team you beat. So, you must be proud of your guys because that was a good finish.
Oh, I'm always proud of my guys. I'm grateful to be with these guys every day. I told them that in the locker room. I love this football team and this football program, and it's a genuine blessing for Coach Hauck to be the coach here.
Gub, they were most of the mismatches D1 versus D2. There's various factors, but they were pretty good on the line. So what did you think of their offensive line, and then how were you guys able to sort of turn that tide, especially in the second half?
People say they're a Division II team. In my opinion, that's a Division I football
100%.
team. All week we knew, these guys are good. These guys aren't a typical team. Their O-line was the biggest we played all year. They're big dudes and they're physical, and I give credit to them. They're a good group.
Coach, you talked last week, I think, about how downing a punt deep in the opponent's territory is a chance to have a big momentum swing. You were able to do it tonight again in the third quarter, and I thought that after you forced the 3 and out there and got good field position, it was another big momentum swing. Can you just talk about that sort of shift in those couple possessions there when you were able to down the punt?
Certainly, that was a big play. We downed it inside the 1. It was a great punt, great coverage effort. They chose to chuck it, which I thought was pretty good actually by them. They went and looked to get it out of there with either a completion or a pass interference call. They quick counted. They did some things to take the edge off us, but they didn't get a yard, obviously. And when he had to punt it, he had to one step it, line drive it. He had to go away from the pressure coming off the right edge, and he line drove it. Junior actually made he tried to kick it away from him, and I don't know if he's trying to kick it out of bounds or not, but he didn't quite get it there. That's hard for punters, I think, because you tell them not to kick it out of bounds until you do. You yell at them when they do kick it out of bounds. So June made a really nice play to get his hands on that, and it was pretty well blocked. We blocked him up there. It was kind of compressed into that part of the field, and they squeezed in there. But I think we had first down on the 30, first 10 on the 30, which was big, not having to go to the length of the field. I think it was 10-10 at that point.
Yep. And the two guys you're right have been in a lot of games inside Washington Grizzly Stadium. What was that first night game and just that atmosphere? What was that like to play for you?
It was awesome. Really thankful we get the win. And it was just an awesome environment and experience. Super, like I said, super thankful for the win. And the fans are incredible. That place is as louder than anywhere I've ever been. So it was a really neat experience.
What was it like for you? It seemed like you were getting more and more comfortable as the game was going on, especially in that third quarter there. Like, what was that the case? Were you feeling kind of more comfortable as the game went on?
I think we got into a rhythm at certain points of the game as an offensive unit, and then at other points of the game, I think we need to be better. So I think we'll kind of watch the film on that and know we need to clean it up. But I did feel at certain points of the game there was good rhythm and we were moving the ball well. And then obviously there will be some things that we need to work on.
A DUI is a serious charge, and the process can be overwhelming, but it doesn't have to be. I'm attorney Dave Maldonado, and I have the experience and knowledge necessary to effectively represent you and make the situation manageable. Visit BigSkyDefender.com today.
And what's that like when they started really having issues with the noise, and you're out there, and what's that like when you can tell that they're kind of really struggling with the atmosphere?
Yeah, I mean, they are a Division II team, so they don't play in big venues like this. This is probably the biggest venue they played in I don't know how long. So I think it definitely had an effect. I mean, we got the best fans, and it's loud. I mean, every third down, fourth down, any critical down, I mean, the fans know when they get loud, and it affects offenses.
Alex, you just had talked about their front, how big they were, but what was it like kind of working against those quarterbacks and kind of what they were throwing today? You know, was it a little different than maybe dual quarterback systems you've seen in the past, or just what was that challenge like?
I wouldn't say it was a challenge prepping. I mean, this league has a lot of those dual threat quarterbacks. But I mean, those are two good players, good at escaping the pocket, you know, and they're gamers. They'll play backyard football if they have to, and yeah.
Sam, kind of like Sean was saying, you know, you are still kind of getting experience as a quarterback in the Division I level. So for you, like, can you feel maybe some of that growth in game? Like, can you notice that? Because like he mentioned, you know, you did look comfortable as the game kind of went on.
Yeah, definitely. I think with experience comes. I mean, if you're doing it right, you should be learning. So obviously, you're going to learn and hopefully improve on everything that you can learn from and have takeaways from. So yeah, I definitely would agree with that. Yeah.
And then, Coach, just what can you say about Trevin Gradney? He makes another big play after you guys tied the game. He gets that big pick. I mean, just his play coming up with another big moment like that for you guys.
Yeah, he's made some. That's 3 weeks in a row. He's made some pretty difficult interceptions. He's got really developed a great knack for going and getting the ball. He's playing well, which is, you know, probably a question mark coming into the season. The level of play we get at corner spot, he's really played great.
Now, the final 2 plays in that last defensive drive, Levi gets the sack and then Ryder gets the stop. Just a couple other guys are coming in the clutch there. Just seeing them kind of come in that moment, just what was that like? Because they kind of sealed it with big plays.
Yeah, you know, we had some debate on what we should go with there as far as a call on defense on both of those, and you know, we let him get the pass off on the 4th and 4. So converted a 4th and 24 right before that. So into zone coverage, probably shouldn't happen, but it did. So our guys rose up. Those were 2 good plays. We get after him, got loose, and then obviously made the tackle, so that was good. I was under the assumption if they scored there, they would go for 2 for the win. I'd be anxious to hear what Coach said. I forgot to ask him. I was too excited. I'll ask him. I'm assuming the convention. I'll ask him. I'll let you know.
For both of the players, obviously, the secret was revealed. Sean O'Malley in town to support you guys and getting a chance to celebrate with him, sing the fight song, and I know the locker room celebration is for both of you guys. What was that like having him here supporting the Griz?
It was really neat. Obviously, anytime after a win, it's a great feeling. And then to have him there was also really neat. So really just getting a win, celebrating with the team, enjoy it for tonight before we move on to our next game. But enjoy the win, and having him here was definitely really cool.
Yeah, I mean, Sugar. It was that was crazy. I wasn't expecting that. He's obviously like the most popular fighter in the world. We all love him, and it's cool because he's from Montana. He has Montana roots, and I think he really gets what this program's about. And yeah, that was a once-in-a-lifetime deal. It was awesome.
Alex, second week in a row that punts down inside the 1, and then you guys force the 3 and out. So as a defense, when you go out there, what's the feeling like of, you know, wanting to hold that and not give up a single yard and force a punt?
Yeah, when the ball's down with right there in the goal line area, on their goal line, yeah, we want to get a safety, we want to get a stop. Hayden Harris had a great play and got a sack, and we all thought it was a safety. But yeah, the mentality is at all costs, let's put some points on the board for our team.
Sam, after both those special teams returns, the punt returns in the second half, you guys had a big first play on offense after each of those. How much do those special teams plays fire you guys up as an offense?
It's a big deal, and anytime you get a play like that on special teams, you know, you should try your best to try to capitalize on that momentum. And yeah, anytime you can get some help from special teams, it's awesome. And so credit to those guys for making those plays, and then yeah, definitely just try to carry the momentum on the offensive side of the ball.
Bobby, second week in a row with that punt down inside the one, and then some more big punt returns by Junior. As a special teams guy yourself, watching from the sideline, what's the feeling like for you watching your guys execute these special teams play at a high level week after week?
Yeah, those guys are playing well, Frank. Appreciate you noticing. They're doing a good job. We felt like in the kickoff and kickoff return game we had a couple shots there too, and we really didn't get to it. It's always interesting to see how teams will change to try to combat what we're doing. It's funny, our punt return game plan kind of got blown up because they switched their protection after the first two. I think they were worried that we were actually going to get there because we were closed twice. And that was kind of our plan going in. So again, smart players make coaches look smart, because we had to kind of draw some of that in the dirt, and they handled it really well.
Coach, what do we think of Sugar Style? Any pink hair in the future for you?
Yeah, I probably won't go with that, but it looks good on him. It's fun having him here.
Do you have any affinity for MMA? Are you an MMA guy?
I knew the UFC guys when I was in Vegas, so
right.
But I'm a dud, man. I'm boring. All I do is watch film, football. I'm really in old movies. That's it.
You got to respect a guy from Hell in Montana.
Oh yeah, he's awesome.
I mean,
our guy, these guys, they love it. They watch it. They love it. The only reason I know anything about it is because they talk about it all the time. Robbie calls and asks when I'm watching some fight. I don't know anything about it. I know that guy's the champ, and he was in our locker room. We were glad to have him.
Pretty cool to have a world champion in your locker room, right?
Pretty awesome.
Last thing for you, what do you think of that test going into Big Sky Conference play?
Well, it's always good to get tested in the non-conference season, and it's also always good to be 3-0. We can't be any better than that. I think we've made improvements. I think that we are certainly not where we need to be. We're not where we were a year ago at this point in time in terms of our ability to dominate games or opponents. But I also think that this can be a great season. We got to take it 1 week at a time. We're excited about conference play starting, and we have a fine football team, and the best is yet to come is what I would tell you.
Join Town Pump's Pump It Up Rewards Plus program and never pay full price for fuel again.
Save 5 cents on every gallon every day at any Town Pump across Montana.
Plus, earn and redeem points on your favorite in-store items to get free stuff with our clubs.
Stop in and pick up a rewards card. Download the Pump It Up Rewards Plus app today.
Or visit townpump.com/rewards to register and start saving.